welcome back to my channel. My name is Rutendo if you are new here, and on today's video I'm going to be talking about how, who, when, why and where to invest in Zimbabwean shares. But the first thing to do, let me define what a share is. A share is a unit of a company which is used to make money from investors. For example, let's say I have a clothing brand, right? And this brand is called Rutendo, right? But I'd like to increase the capacity of my business. I'd like to expand my business, but I don't have the resources to do so. I can go to my neighbor and say,
Nakadi, ndini Rutendo, and ndinoita zvekutengesa hembe, saka ndanchida kutengesa hembe dzangu kunzvimbo dzakawanda, saka ndati pamwe mungava interested mubusiness rangu rehembe.
Like, okay, that just doesn't work. Like, you can't go door to door knocking, and you can't be calling your family members, everyone, and be like,
hi cousin, hi uncle, hi
auntie. Like, it just doesn't work out that way, it as a body. Unless maybe you can achieve body, then definitely yes, you can do it. But then as a body, because you really need a lot of amounts to do this thing, I'd like to operate, currently operating in Harare. I'd like to operate in Bulawayo, Mtare, Kweru, Kwekwe, Shawane, Nyanga, and all those kind of places. And also I'm looking into going international. So I really need a huge chunk of money. So yeah, it just doesn't work. So that is where a company, maybe I'm a sole proprietorship or a private company, whatever I am at that point, I need to make sure that I'm registered as a public company so that I can register my shares to be, so that the public can invest in it, right? Because okay, if it's private, then definitely kuti ningi can invest. Well, then unenge capacity babo, but kana capacity sibo, so you get to a point where you end up going knocking door to door, just then you know that capacity able. The only way to do it is just register your company as a public entity and register your shares so that the public can invest in it. So what happens when the public invest? Definitely I was running white, good for me to be able to expand my business in such a way, I need $100,000. And what you're going to do is probably you're going to value your one share is going to be $1. Maybe that's what you want. If one share is $1, definitely with $100,000, that means that you are going to have 100,000 shares. So people are going to invest in those shares, right? So if someone is going to invest in your business, this is what people do. Many people invest in businesses. That's because probably they're interested in that sector, and they're interested in the growth of that sector. They see growth in that. They believe in you, these people. So definitely if your business is going to grow, you've done this and that was the capital here. My investors, you put it into the expanding, and you get a point where you have made like $150,000, right? That is maybe after a month or after a year. I don't know how you are going to be reviewing your financials. Obviously you've made 50,000 more, so it's good that you reward one vakakubatsira when you started initially, right? And that is what you call a dividend if you're going to reward them. So you understand, good, okay, so it's 50,000 divided by 100,000, and then that's those calculations, then they will define your dividend, right? But sometimes people don't pay that dividend. What they do is realize that they choose to expand even more. They're like, okay, now is not a good time for us to pay dividend. Let's invest this money. At some point, definitely we'll get to a point where we are like, Tawita, Mari, it is reasonable, but this money maybe we need to invest in. So you realize that in companies there are shareholders, there are managers, there's a board of directors. Those people make different different decisions, like from different perspectives, standing for different people. So those negotiators, like my board meetings, and my AGMs and everything. So that is what you call capital expenditure. A company can pay capital expenditure, or you realize the behavior of a company. For example, for TV sales, there was a break-in that once happened. Panasam, there was a break-in, so they had to do repairs on that. They had to repair. They lost some things. So definitely know that there is certain amount of income that we're going to make as a business overall that is going to cover that damage cost, that cost, if it wasn't insured or whatnot, And yeah, also maybe invested in realize that name a branch somewhere, and or maybe paint its buildings, it has a new look or what, that is capital expenditure. Or if that is to happen to any share of stock that you would have invested in, definitely sometimes the dividend might not be there, or it's going to be less than what you expected. So a lot of factors just get into whether you can get a dividend, whether you can give a dividend if you're the one who is like the share owner, right? If you're the counter owner, whether you can give a dividend or whether you can get a dividend as an investor for a certain stock. So yeah, basically that's what a share is. A share is very volatile, can go up and down. Reason being, my clothing business, and it is now in the public domain, and so people literally hear good. So for Rutendo to start this business, initially she was in super huge debts, and she has got lawsuits, been in the court, out of the court, whatnot. That is bad reputation to my name, to my brand, and definitely whoever is invested in my business definitely gonna be like, I don't need to be here. Let me sell my shares, and definitely people are going to sell the shares to a point where my business is going to lose value. Then that is going to cause the stock value to drop. So initially we started with $1. So now probably my business, my one share is now at 50 cents. I've made super huge lost investors. So why would people invest in my business unless I step up, unless the board, the strategic minds sit down and do something which is going to definitely bring back the momentum of the share, do something, unless I'm proven not guilty. And yeah, guys, those kind of things, a lot of things determine how stable a currency, how stable a counter can be. And yeah, guys, that's basically it. That's basically what a share is. And the nature of a share is very volatile. And yeah, so why should you invest in shares? The reason why people invest in shares is they just want to make money. You can make money while you're investing in while you are invested in shares. How? Through dividends. Your money can appreciate. Through dividends, and your money as well can appreciate. And that's how people make money. So if you are going to be specifically looking for dividends, then you have to know that you are looking for dividend paying stocks. Some stocks don't pay dividends. Some stocks do pay dividends, and there's some stocks as well which are not consistent in paying dividends. You need to do that research and grasp it, know it. And the other reason why people invest in shares is because they want to take advantage of inflation. For example, let me say, with inflation that has been happening in Zim, if you are to look at the price of, for example, I really do like giving reference to because I think that's one of my first shares that I bought on my stock, on my portfolio, and I understood how the rates were going up, but then my portfolio is going up, that kind of a thing. I'm so this is what people do, this is what they are hedging. You're literally hedging your funds, and you're hedging your funds using a stock. Basically, that's what you're doing. You're taking advantage of hyperinflation through being invested in shares. Cause for a K, people buy food. People will never stop eating. So definitely, the price is definitely going to go up and up and up, because that's what people are going to be like way more focusing on. For example, during COVID, during COVID, like you need to realize that the ICT companies were by the literally just going up, because people were continuously using this continuously using internet, continuously using buying airtime. People are on lockdown, they are at homes, but they still want to remain connected, they still want to talk to people, they still want to Google and stay online and stay relevant. So you understand that people want to take advantage of hyperinflation by being invested in shares. The other reason is to be a partial owner of big companies. So what people do, I think it's another strategy that people do to be in certain spaces. They buy shares of like I can say maybe Ndotenga shares at Edgar's, and I am now at a point where I am a share owner of Edgar's entity, and I now do have a say on my AGMs and now. So who can invest in shares? If you're in Zimbabwe, anyone who is above 18 can invest in shares, and if you are below 18, you need someone above the age of 18 to trade on your behalf. Then the other thing is, when should you invest in shares? You should have noticed that when I was talking about what a share is very volatile. It can go up and down, and shares also do have patterns in terms of how people buy them, when people sell them, and how it also reacts to other external factors, other internal factors, which also determine the price movement of a share. So if you are to understand and learn those things, then you would know that probably I understand that this share is going to fall at this time, or maybe this value is not the true value of this share, so it is undervalued. So if you think so, then that is the perfect time for you to buy it, and the perfect time for you to sell it is when that share has reached its peak, where you understand that this is its peak. It's definitely going to go down at this point, so you sell it then, and then you'll buy it back later. So how and where to invest in shares in Zimbabwe? I myself try to invest in Zimbabwean shares. If you have noticed, I have a video which recently got 1,000 views, and I'm super excited about it. That's the reason why I'm doing this video, because it's basically the same things that I was talking then that I'm talking about now, in terms of you to consider investing in shares, how to invest in shares, right? So I do use C-Trade. You can check out their USSD code, you can check out the web portal, you can check out the application that is Android and iOS, and you can literally sign up there, and all you need is a copy of your ID, your passport size photo, and you're supposed to have a bank for you to be able to open an account. And yeah, in terms of a broker, you choose a broker that you would like to work with when you are now buying a share. Like, you are literally that flexible to say, today I'm using this broker, tomorrow I'm using this broker. So basically that's what happens, and there are no charges that are accrued when you are opening an account. If you see me looking down, that's because I do have my notes written down here, and I just didn't want to leave out anything. But anyway, that's the end of the video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed watching this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And also, if you think that someone is going to benefit from watching this video, please do share. And also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, why haven't you subscribed to my channel? Please do subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to reach to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year, so please subscribe. See you on my next upload. For now, bye.